just joined us, the big news, federal government moves to disarm veterans. And since I did this, the emails, the calls, it's exploding. We got Brian in PA, did receive letters saying, you don't have any Second Amendment, sucker. You've been declared incompetent. Not you've been declared disabled. And I had vets calling yesterday going, yeah, I'm physically disabled. And they came and took my 3 kids. Because I was in special forces. They said I'm dangerous. Of course they are. They want robots they fully control. They're not going to have humans in combat very soon. That's the official model. I have a training video of that with the Air Force showing it. I mean, that's their plan. Whether it works or not, I don't know. And so they're going to tell you they love you while they try to shoot you up with deadly drugs and soft kill your butt. And I really think they've miscalculated. But you notice all the dramas and TV shows with the veterans of the new terrorists and the training manuals and all of it? This is a really bad federal government run by foreign banks. And that's actually in the news again today, the new bubble, and it's the bond bubble. And central banks are scared, just like Max Kaiser said. I hope he isn't right. As bad as this system is, when it blows up, they're just going to grab more power and call for a Bank of the World, as they were doing again yesterday. And what funds it? Carbon taxes. And what's the new Secretary of State, Kerry, say in his first speech 2 days ago? We need that carbon tax to save the earth. A global tax you pay on everything. It's a value added, right down through the entire chain. And then on other key items, gas, fuel, electricity, coal, plastics, beef, everything with petroleum in it, just hundreds of new taxes. Hundreds, just an absolute straitjacket on our economy. Now, there it is. Kerry exploits Obamacare passage to propose carbon tax. And that's from 2-3 years ago, but now he's the new Secretary of State, and that's what he's pushing. Wow. So I wanted to have that caller, Ronald in Texas, finish. He was saying he went into the VA over, I forget what he said, and then they were asking him some really crazy questions. Oh, they're not crazy questions. It's like when you go in to have a baby now, no criminal record, you're paying tens of thousands of dollars, you're at the hospital, your wife's water's broke. This happens nationwide, globally. If you're in Australia, it happens. There's a computer hooked in, wired into the health department. That's really the race hygiene department, set up in England back in the 1870s and 80s, here in about 1900, 1910. Race hygiene department. They used to have courts where they would just, no jury, they would just take you and sterilize you if they felt like it. They really still have those behind the scenes, but it's not as prolific because people fought back against it. And again, you're there having your baby, and they're like, would you mind taking this, to the first floor, as I said earlier, and you take your file down there, and they're like, honey, how you doing on money? Doing all right? I'm your friend. Get ready? You can have that baby. I'm your friend. How's he treating you? And it's like, oh, he's a jerk. We had a big fight. Oh, your kids are gone. Of course, you're not telling you that. It's like your friend. Oh, your water broke, sweetie. How much money you got? You doing all right on money? If you say you got money troubles, your kids are gone. And they're lawless crooks. You understand that? They take your blood, they put it in the Pentagon database, your newborn baby, they sell it to big corporations who patent your DNA. 20 years later, you go to have a surgery and a DNA transfusion, and they go, sorry, it's going to be $115,000. Gene Corps, whatever the name of the company is, they own your DNA. It's all just a hardcore savage mafia with a liberal face. Oh, we're sweet. Oh, we love you. It's all camouflage. Oh, we're here to help you. Be reasonable. Work with us. We want to help you, on and on and on and on and on. Finishing with the caller and then pharmacist Ben Fuchs and more calls. We're going to race through a bunch of stuff with Ben here today. But Ronald, finish your story. So you go into the VA for what, and what happens?
I was injured in the Special Forces. And here, I went in for my yearly checkup. I also went in to get my prescription for non-narcotic pain pills, i.e. Tylenol. It's cheaper than being on disability, $700 a month. It's kind of expensive to live. Anyways, they were doing a psych eval to the point of I had less psychological eval questions given to me when I had a top secret clearance than what they were asking. Everything from, do I believe in homosexual marriage? Have I ever had homosexual incidents in the military? Yada, yada, on and on and on. Well, if you have PTSD, I said, I don't. But you served in combat. And you're not stressed out? No. Why should I be? We can get you. I said, no. And it got to the point where the doctor tried to humiliate me in the public room saying, "Oh, well, I think you have tertiary syphilis." I said, "No, I don't." I said,
No, their job is to bully you into agreeing and going on medication so all your rights go out the window. It is a medical mafia out of control.
Yes, when I worked in the hospital at Walter Reed, I was dressed in my whites. I actually had one of the pharmacy corporations come up and offer me a car, a house, a boat, because he thought I was a doctor.
No, same deal. They're like, listen, you've done a really good job. Here's your free European trip, your free cruise, and a free car.
And that's how they bribe these doctors.
Listen, Richard told me he went and saw a movie called Side Effects, and the whole thing is how the Prozac drugs really aren't hurting people. People are using that as a cover to kill people. And it's all just funded by these people. God bless you, sir. Good to hear from you. Pharmacist Ben Fuchs, I wanted to intro that. They're now sending veterans everywhere letters saying no more gun rights for you. No judge, no jury. They're not even been designated as mentally ill. You just heard that bullying story. Last hour, a guy called in saying, I had PTSD, but I started taking Beyond Tangy Tangerine, and now I'm not freaking out. Well, it wasn't PTSD. It's like, all these behavioral problems, the ADHD, you get the kids off red dye and sugar and candy and Nerds candy and white bread, and they suddenly get good food. And, I mean, if I give my kids processed sugar, we're out at an event, okay, birthday party, have a piece of cake, they're a demon the rest of the day. Don't ever give them cakes and stuff and processed stuff. They're angels. I mean, it is like clockwork. ADHD. Give them speed to burn their brain out. Give them serotonin reuptake inhibitors. I mean, what do you think from what you just heard? Again, you are a natural drug formulator, compounding pharmacist. Before that, a mainline pharmacist. One of the most successful there in Colorado. Ben Fuchs introduced him for those that don't know who he is. He works and advises us at InfoWarsHealth.com or InfoWarsTeam.com. But what did you just think of what you just heard?
There's so many ways you can go with this. First of all, post-traumatic stress syndrome is something that we're all dealing with because we're all being traumatized and we all have stress. And even though, according to the World Health Organization, there's 12,000 different diseases, there's really only one disease, and that is the disease of traumatic stress. And what our veterans are experiencing are an exaggerated version of what we're all experiencing, which is why the single most important strategy for restoring yourself back to health and wellness is to tell the body via nutritional supplementation, via oxygenation, via correct foods, via detoxification, to tell the body that all is okay, that all is right in the world. When the body perceives that it is under stress, that there is a trauma, there's a trauma that's occurring, it will begin to shut down growth processes, healing processes, and repair processes. And if we wanted to design a society that was systematically, specifically set up to cause stress and trauma and shut down the growth and repair system, we couldn't do a better job if we tried to do it intentionally, and we very well might be doing it intentionally. Fluoride in the water, preservatives in foods, excitotoxins, processed foods, processed breads and grains, purified sugars, these all exacerbate the stress response in the body. And when the body is under stress, it doesn't do its best work. It doesn't heal. It doesn't grow.
Well, let's start with this. What would you do with vets that they've got on serotonin reuptake inhibitors, who are not eating good food, who are on $700 a month, all these special forces heroes who the government hates so much, but says they're heroes all day? What would you begin to do if you were one of those guys?
First and foremost, I would have these people activating their relaxation chemistry. The body's got two kinds of chemistry. It's got relaxation chemistry and it has stress chemistry. And for the vast majority of our chemistry needs to be in the relaxation mode. The stress mode is only for emergencies. So we got to figure out, not just for our vets, for all of us, we have to figure out how to access this relaxation chemistry. And the good news is it's not expensive. The good news is you can do it for free.
But the system won't tell you. They overdrive. They get into a stress economy. We all do it, especially professionals, and then they can never get out of it. You've got to learn how to get into a joking economy. That's why I do that sometimes. You've got to learn to go out and have fun as well, and they don't want people to know there's a cure.
I'll tell you one of the simplest, easiest ways to activate relaxation chemistry. The biggest emergency to the body is lack of oxygen. It's technically called hypoxia, low levels of oxygen. When the body gets low levels of oxygen, it feels like its death is imminent.
Anytime I get down, I just go out and climb a mountain.
Something as simple as exercise and deep breathing techniques can send the message, the biochemical message to the body that all is right in the world, and can begin to activate the relaxation response and the healing and growth and repair response. For folks who are dealing with PTSD, just experiment, try this. Deep breathing techniques for 60 seconds. It won't cost you anything, and in 60 seconds, your blood pressure will drop, your blood will start to thin, you'll get more nutrients to your organs and to your tissues.
Let's all deep breathe during the break. Let's do it. I'm serious, folks. Let's all deep breathe. The New World Order hates it. We'll be right back. Introducing Pro One. All of your filtration in one system, portable, on the go. No more do you have 2 or 3 filters to just reduce sodium fluoride. You have a system that cuts out the sodium fluoride and up to 95% of hydrofluorosilicic acid. Advanced manufacturing technology combines silver-impregnated white ceramic with new Aquamedics advanced media for removal of fluoride and other heavy metals, all in one filter element. It is the only one that does it, and out of the gate, we have it discounted at 10% off with promo code WATER. This is the only system that in one unit helps reduce or remove pesticides, herbicides, chloramines, ammonia, and chlorine, hydrofluorosilicic acid, the most common form of fluoride not covered by other fluoride filter brands, and sodium hexafluorosilicate. Get your Pro Pure with the new Pro One filter today at InfoWarsStore.com or by calling 888-253-3139.
It's time for a home security quiz. Answer this. What effective home security device is smaller than a coffee cup, fakes out burglars into thinking someone is home at your house while you're away, plugs into any wall outlet, is recommended by many police departments, and sells for less than $35? Yes, it's Fake TV. This year, about 1 in every 50 U.S. homes will have a break-in, with burglars usually picking the easy target, a dark house that looks like no one is home. Fake TV is a small electronic security device that makes it look like someone is home watching TV by simulating the light from a real TV. It's like a lamp on a timer, but far more convincing. And for only $34.95, Fake TV could be the difference between coming home to a secure house or one that's been ransacked. Go to faketv.com or call 1-877-5-FAKE-TV. That's 877-532-5388 or go to faketv.com. Fake TV, the burglar deterrent.
Nagging constipation, hemorrhoids, or painful bowel movements? Have you considered your toilet posture? The colon needs proper alignment for faster, more effective elimination, and that's exactly what you'll get with a Squatty Potty. Not a cleanse or a pill, the Squatty Potty is a healthy step in the right direction, is doctor recommended, and starts at just $34.95. Call 855-628-1099 or go to squattypotty.com, spelled S-Q-U-A-T-T-Y potty.com. Squatty Potty, healthy colon, happy life.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
You land in Buenos Aires, then are shuttled to Santa Rosa, where a nicely furnished cabin with all amenities, Wi-Fi, executive food and wine, and laundry service awaits. After a good night's sleep, your adventure begins. You're on a golden stag safari for big game. But it's not Africa, it's Argentina. One-on-one guided hunts for water buffalo, cougar, bighorn rams, wild boar, and the biggest stag deer in South America. All gold medal quality. All the action you can handle. Land Rovers, top rental guns with scopes. All food, beverages, hunting guides, ground transportation included, and more. All more affordable than you can imagine. The adventure of a lifetime starts at goldenstagsafaris.com. The big game hunting ranch. goldenstagsafaris.com.
Nope, that's why under the name of liberalism, they promote nothing but racial division on MSNBC and CNN. All they want us to do is go on killing one another. Coming up in the next segment, I'm going to hit a few news stories before we go back to Ben Fuchs and your calls. Like Obama administration moves forward on climate change without Congress. That means shutting down our power plants and not letting new ones be opened. When you take over a country like in World War II, that you fly in and bomb the power plants. I mean, this